everybody, 10 o'clock. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, I'm Nick Rouse. I've been teaching this class for an extremely long time. This is my 20th, 21st year doing this. No, I'm not a podium speaker, so I'm not gonna be standing by the podium. Again, everything is live streamed on Twitch, and it's also recorded on YouTube. So yes, I've had thousands and thousands and thousands of views on YouTube, so hopefully you're gonna get a lot out of this class. But today, all we're doing today is we're just gonna go over a few things. One, we're gonna do introductions. That's one thing we're gonna do. Second thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go through our syllabus. And last but not least, we are going to go through and look at the Canvas content. To log in, all you do is push your space bar, and that's MEID, no at maricopa.edu, and it's your password associated with your MEID. Everybody, please make sure that you're logged in. Yes, I'm going to be nosy. You're going to notice I do this a lot. Yep, just your MEID. I think it's 3 letters, 7 numbers. Unless you're an old timer like me, then it's 5 letters and 5 numbers. 5 letters and 5 numbers.
I might need some help.
Okay. Do you have your student ID? It should have your MEID on it.
Yeah, because he has no password.
Ah. Okay. Yep. There's your MEID.
And he put the Maricopa, right?
Yep. No at maricopa.edu. Just your MEID.
Yeah, it's gonna be your MEID.
Because when you got your MEID, they should have set you up with a password. I hope. Otherwise, you're going to need to just take a lot of notes today. I mean, there is a way you can fix your password. We can do that after class. So if we need to fix passwords after class, I'll be happy to do that. People online, just kidding. Cool. All right, so while everybody is doing that, oh, and here's another thing, everybody. So in 2 weeks, there's going to be another class that has 24 people starting downstairs at the same exact time as you. And you saw the parking lot, right? Y'all saw the parking lot? So I would try to get here, like I get here early, like I'm here by 8:30 in the morning. So if you want to get here early,
Can I put my password in?
you're welcome to come by. I will be here.
I don't have a password.
Not yet? Okay, we'll get you all set up. Just kick back, relax. You don't have anything to turn into.
You check at the back of the card.
There's no password on the back of the card or anything?
Oh, I think, is that it? That must be it.
Hey, that's probably it.
So I put the password in too?
Mine's not working.
Yeah, just click in. Do you have a password on the back of your card?
No, that's what I had to write down. But that's what they gave me.
Okay, we can have you guys reset yours after the class. So just kick back. We're not turning anything in today. I just want to make sure you can all log in today. This whole first week of the class, we're not turning anything in. Nothing. You're doing nothing. So just kick back, relax. I just want to make sure that you can log into the computers. We'll take care of that. All right, a little bit about me, because I did say I was going to tell you about me. I've been with Maricopa Community Colleges since 1996. And yes, back in the mid-90s, it was a fun time. It's still a fun time now. I've done a lot of things. You can see that. I'm a Phoenix native, born here, married, 3 children, 1 with Down syndrome, 1 with autism.
Are you the dean here at this?
Let me continue, please. So, here you are. So right now, I'm just residential faculty. I'm nothing more than a faculty member. I've been the department chair for 3 years, from 20 to 23. I created the IT Institute at Phoenix College. It was initially supposed to be a building on campus, and they gave us this building. So it was supposed to be on campus. We are closing spring of 2025, so you are the last group that I get to teach in person at this building, and possibly the last group of people I get to teach in person for my career.
Oh, we're going.
Back to the main campus. I'm retiring soon. Come on in.
You look too young to retire.
Thank you. I get that a lot. I also still get carded. So,
I don't believe that.
I still get carded. My wife hates it though. All right, so anyway, I've worked for the Maricopa Community Colleges for a long time. I spent 20 years as a data analyst and business process analyst, so I will get to talk about my experiences. With that, I like to save a lot of my stories for the lectures, so I'm going to spare you all that. If you can please see if you can log into the computer, it should be just your ME ID and your password.
Okay.
Anyhow, if you can't log in, it's okay. We'll do it after.
I got a password right here.
Oh, okay, well, go for it.
Okay.
All right, so anyhow, I am currently a student just like you. I'm in the Bachelor of Applied Science in Public Safety Administration program. I'm at the end of my 3rd year in that program, and I'll be graduating in spring of 26 at the pace that I'm going on. So I just wanted to let you know, yes, I'm a student also. I still have to do all my work. Come on in. My instructors don't give me any leeway, so that's why I try to be different than them. So you'll notice that there are no due dates in this class, but we'll get to that in just a few minutes. I'm also the only Microsoft certified trainer at this campus, and yes, you'll be using all of the different Microsoft Office programs, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access in this course. I can answer absolutely any single question you have on any bit of the work. And no, I do not rehearse any of this. When we go on Thursdays, those are our lab days. We're going to go through every project together, step by step by step by step by step. Anyway, let me continue. So if you have questions about our bachelor's program, you're going to need to contact Brad Olson. Brad Olson is our director for the Bachelor of Applied Science program. And if you are in the program, thank you for being in that program. I was one of the ones that was instrumental in bringing that to the campus as well. Anyway, enough about me. I've been doing this a really, really, really long time. Bless you. I'm probably going to miss doing this after this semester. But that's for my students to worry about that I'm not doing it anymore. But hey, we're gonna have a great semester. I'm not worried about this. We've been doing this forever. The only way you're failing this class is if you don't do the work, or if you just don't show up and don't do the work. That's the only way you can fail this class. Other than that, I'm expecting everyone to get an A. So again, I'm gonna go around the room, the name by which you wish to be called, something you want to take away from an introductory computer information systems class. And I always love to hear if anybody recommended this course to you, because there are 1,000 CIS105 sections, and you picked mine. There's got to be a reason for that. Because, I mean, we're not even on the main campus. Here you go. Try to log into your computer, please, MEID and password.
A chance?
All right. I always like to start in the back, so that's what I'm going to do today. My people in the front, you'll be last. All right, we'll start over here.
Back on up.
You don't have to stand up.
My name's Eric, and what I'd like to take away from this course is becoming better at learning how to deal with computers and stuff.
All right. Thank you, Eric.
My name's Robin. I would just like to get better at computers because I kind of suck right now, so that's it, basically.
Well, hopefully you'll be a lot better after this class. Thank you, Rob.
I'm Darren. Something I'd want to take away from this class, well, I'm not really a computer person, so I'd like to get better too. The counselor recommended this class.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Darren. Thank you.
My name is Samaya, and I just like, I'm not a computer person too, so like.
Can she speak up? We can't hear her.
My name is Samaya, and I just hope like it leads to like the computer system.
Okay. Thank you, Maya.
My name's Jose, and something I would like to take away from this course is getting more knowledge around like using Excel, other browsers, and so my counselor recommended this since it's part of my major, so this was one of the requirements.
Thank you, Jose. And back in the corner.
My name's Ivana,
Okay.
and something that I would like to take away from this course is kind of like, kind of have more knowledge in computers and be able to like fix them, especially PCs.
Okay. This is an intro course. We do have specialization courses for that, but yes, we will talk about that. Thank you, Ivana.
My name is Felix. and from this class, I'd like to get more skills on how to use those, what we're gonna learn, and be better in using the computer.
All right, Felix, thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Imran and I'm interested in computer and information and I want to try it and do my best. Thank you.
Okay, Imran, thank you.
My name is Adrian. I would like to take to know more about technology, and then my advisor recommended me this class.
Okay, Adrian, thank you. Actually, I'm gonna go there first.
My name is Marco. Something I want to take away from this course is just to learn more about computers, get more familiar, and my advisor recommended this class.
Okay, thank you, Marco.
My name is Melly. The thing I want to take away from this course is to learn more about computers. And my cousin recommended this class.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mel.
My name is Alex. I also want to learn more about computers, and my advisor recommended me.
All right.
I'm Edward. I would like to take the computers, learn very good at computers.
All right, Edward, thank you.
My name's Rocky, and I'm running for a nonprofit as treasurer. I need to learn how to do spreadsheets and reports.
You get a lot of spreadsheets. That's what we spend the most time on in this class. Thank you, Rocky. Thank you, Edward.
My name is Marshall. I'm here to learn more about technology, computer. Help me to explore more because I have a lot to do. And the person who recommended it to me, myself, I think I need this class for myself. And I have some friends already there, so they told me a little bit about it. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Marshall.
My name is Joy, and I'm here for this class to gain my knowledge about computers more and learn about more technologies.
All right, Joy. Thank you. Well, I see we have several people that aren't here. I'm going to take a wild guess where they're at this morning because I've been doing this for a while. Yes, and I did send you all a message in Canvas telling you that we meet here. So if you have checked out the Canvas content already, thank you for doing that. Because it does explicitly say that we are here. If you found us this morning, great. And if you were here early this morning, great, because when that other class starts coming in 2 weeks, it's gonna meet downstairs, those parking spots are gonna be at a premium. So if you get here earlier, that's fine. I get here early, so I get here about 8:15, 8:30. So I will be here early in the morning. If any of you need to come in or whatever you wanna do, that's fine.
Will you come in and use the labs or something here?
I can open up the downstairs lab, yes, or you can just come in here and work on your computers. That's fine too, you can work in here. We're the only ones using this room, so I don't have to worry about that. All right, again, I've been doing this a long time. This is what I do, so here we go. So the next part of this class, we're gonna go over reviewing the syllabus and the schedule, and we're gonna take a look at Canvas and SimNet. For my people that need your passwords reset, we will do that after I am done presenting today. Again, this week, if you're just joining us, yes, everything is live streamed and recorded. So there's no reason you should miss any content in this course. Also, we have no due dates in this class. You're gonna see due dates all over the place. I don't believe in due dates. I am a student that has to adhere to strict due dates as a student, and my instructors will not. It doesn't matter who I am. They won't give me a day past. Yes, this is being recorded. I hope you're watching. Anyhow, they don't let me have the due date. They don't let me go by, but I will let you. If something happens, you don't have to worry about that. Don't worry, I've got a lot to talk about this week. So this week is all about strategies for success in the course, and that's what I like about this first week. All right, so next we're gonna go over the syllabus. Your syllabus is located in Canvas. There's an actual link that says syllabus. For those of you that are not logged in, don't worry. You'll see it all up on the screen. I'll bring it up on the screen so you can see it. Everybody else, if you want to go into your Canvas course and click on the syllabus link, please go ahead and do that. And people at home, if you're somehow watching this, please click on the syllabus. I've had people take this class literally online and never show up to one session and complete all the work. So I guess if that's what you like to do, then okay. Anyway, I'll get back to that slide in just a minute. So here's our syllabus. I'm not gonna read it verbatim. You're all obviously in here because I just put check marks next to all of your pictures. Don't worry, I have to do that so I can learn who you are. I'm really good at learning who people are. So I will do my best to know your face and your name within the first couple of weeks, considering I have 200 plus students. So I will do my best to do that. Again, my name is Nick. You can call me Nick, that's fine. That's Rouse. It's not pronounced any other way. There's no H's or anything. People keep putting H's in there. No, it's like house, but it's got an R on it. Anyway, there's my email address. I put the phone number on here just to put it on here, but I can be reached via Canvas. I respond very quickly in Canvas, so if you send me a message through your Canvas system, I respond extremely quick. I also respond to emails extremely quick too. So forget that 24 hours, sometimes it's like within 5 minutes. Anyhow, I do have office and support hours, but nobody in CIS105 has needed one of those hours for the last 10 plus years. So I'm not expecting any of you to really need it anyhow, or anyway, because I do have videos for everything. So if you need to know how to do something and you missed a class, it's all out there, it's recorded, it's on the YouTube site. You can just follow along and do it. My macros video last semester has about 800 views at this point, that one video alone. Keep in mind, I only had 17 people in my class, so I don't know how 800 views happened. I'm kidding. There are people in other countries that actually take these classes, and they actually went and watched the video. That's what the metrics tell me. Yep. So people all over the world watch this stuff. But if you do need me for anything, I'm usually here by 8:30 in the morning, 8:15, 8:30 in the morning. So I'll be here if you just have something dire you need to ask. But usually if you send me a message online, I'll respond to it. All right, I do have to read a couple of things. So our course description. So our course description for the class is the overview of computer technology, computers, terminology, and the role of computers in business and society, discussion of social and ethical issues related to computers, use of word processing, spreadsheet, database, and presentation software. It includes the use of application software and the internet for efficient and effective problem solving and exploration of relevant emerging technologies, which you'll get all throughout this class. And there are no prerequisites. We have 13 course competencies. Yes, I have to read these. So here we go. We're going to identify common hardware components of computer systems and describe their uses. We're going to identify different types of software and their uses. We're going to describe common uses of networks. We're also going to talk about website technology. We're going to use the internet to communicate, collaborate, and retrieve information. Yes, you will have times where you will have to retrieve information using the internet. We'll explore system security and privacy issues. That's its own chapter. We are going to do a session on creating macros in Excel. So that number 7 is definitely going to be there as well. So we are going to actually take a look at the back end of what a macro, if you don't know what a macro is, don't worry about it. We'll talk about that when we get to that point in the class. Visual Basic for applications, you will actually be using that in that macros project. It's a project. It's something we're going to do together in class. So don't worry about that just yet. The majority of your work, everybody, we're going to do in here. Okay, we'll get to what you do outside of class in a minute. We're going to also describe the steps in planning and implementing technology solutions. We're also going to determine when technology is useful and select the appropriate tool or tools and technology resources to address a variety of tasks and problems. We're going to identify terminology and the uses of technology in business and society, including limitations. We're also going to identify positive social and ethical behaviors when using technology and the consequences of misuse. I'm also going to describe how technology is used in the departments of a business. And last but not least, use word processing, spreadsheet, database, and presentation software. Hey, somebody actually got the books at the bookstore. Can I borrow that for a minute, Rocky?
Sure, they're expensive too.
I know. That's what I'm going to talk about right now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I know some of you are like cringing right now going, is he really going to make us take this to class every day? You see the smile on my face. You know I'm not going to make you. All right, so there are 2 books in the bundle. I don't care if they get lost. The most important thing in this packet is this card. Do not, if you buy this at the bookstore, do not lose the card. You can lose everything else, but just don't lose the card because the card gives you the electronic access to all the materials. That's what's most important in this bundle. So we have 2 books in this class, everybody. The one that the card is blocking is the Computing Essentials 2023 text. That's
Go ahead and break it open if you want to.
I'll let you do it. So anyway, the little tiny book that you see here out of these two big ones is the Computing Essentials 2023 text. On Tuesdays, I will be lecturing, because you all have a schedule, right? You all have a schedule. You'll notice that I lecture on Tuesdays. I'll be lecturing out of the Computing Essentials 2023 text on Tuesdays. On Thursdays, this really massive thing here that I never want to see you bring again, ever, you can leave this at home, you can use it as a reference, you can do whatever you'd like to with it, because the updated instructions are all electronic. They're not, they can only publish like so fast, and then technology changes. So the really big book here is for your lab work, if you're buying this from the bookstore, okay? I am not expecting you to bring this big book ever again. You can bring the small book, I'm okay with that, but just don't bring the big one anymore so you don't have to lug it around.
It's heavy too.
Yeah, I know. I have all the old ones. You notice I don't have any textbooks, that's why I'm borrowing yours. So if you don't feel like doing this, you can buy it online. You see what I got? See what I got here? Except for, I have an error on the bottom part. You actually get a 3-week trial, or a 3-week courtesy license, which we will begin as a class together on Thursday. For those of you that have purchased the books, you're welcome to scratch off the code and put it in, but we'll do this on Thursday, okay? We're not gonna do that today. But, again, I've had students try to get the books used. You're just throwing that money away. Because there is a code for this class. Thank you, Rob. There is a code you're gonna need, and it's either on that card, or if you buy it electronically, it'll just automatically put the code in for you for the access. But we're gonna go through that on Thursday. We are not doing that today, okay? So I'm actually gonna ask one of you to come up here on Thursday. Yes, I am not doing any slides or anything on Thursday. One of you is gonna be picked to come up here, you're gonna log in, and I'm just going to point at the screen while everybody works together. But I always have a student do it. Because why? Because, well, I don't see what you see in the system. So one of you will come up here and it'll be a nice interactive session on Thursday. Okay, but anyway, you get a 3-week license. All the work is open. All the work is open. I've had 2 people all time. You see me? 2 people all time complete all the work. But then there's a problem, because if you don't have the rest of the materials, how are you gonna do the quizzes and the exams? Uh-oh, I said exams. Don't be freaked out by that. Don't be freaked out by the word quizzes either. I don't like them either. That's right, you heard me. I don't like quizzes and exams either. But yes, they are a necessary evil for this class, and we will please find a seat, MEID and password, please. I've got that up on the board. But anyway, you are certainly welcome to try and do it all in 3 weeks. So how fast did you complete the stuff? I did it in like 24 hours, so it was okay. Or I think it was about 24 hours, yeah, to finish all the work. Anyway, yes, I've taken this class more than once, too, in different decades.
You didn't sleep the whole day, 24 hours?
No, I probably put like a total of 24 hours into. Now I can do like a marathon and do all the projects in one video. That'd take me about 6 to 8 hours to do. But anyhow, back to your syllabus. So let's go back to the syllabus. We're just reviewing the syllabus this morning. We're not doing anything that is going to get you any points or anything today. That will start next week. That will start next Tuesday. That's when you start getting points in this class. Anyhow, I do have the instructions in here. So the good news is, for the tutorials in this class, you do not need Microsoft Office for the tutorials. I've seen people do them on tablets, I've seen people do them elsewhere. So for the tutorials, you don't necessarily need Microsoft Office for that. You are a student, you get Microsoft Office for free as long as you're enrolled in Maricopa Community College's class. And IT has told me that your license actually lasts 1 year after your last class in the system. You can install Microsoft Office on 5 machines. My Mac users, you are not going to get Microsoft Access. You will get the rest of it. You'll get Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Because yes, there's not Microsoft Access for the Mac. Don't ask me why, it's just how it's been for 20, 30 years, or however long I've been teaching this class.
Maybe because of Bill Gates?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I tried doing it on 6 machines. It asked me to uninstall it on one of my other 5. So yes, the 5 license limit is important to stick to. So if you do try to do it on more than 5 machines, it will ask you to uninstall it. Then you gotta figure out which machine you need to uninstall it on. That's something I didn't keep track of, and I'm like, uh-oh. But we figured it out. Anyway, the instructions are here in the syllabus for you to do that. Here's the point breakdown, because you all care about the points, I know. You will get a lot of learning in this class, but I know people are like point focused. So I do not do percentages, I do points, because Canvas will never give you an actual representation of your grade, ever. It won't give you an accurate one. So I always tell people, focus on points. Do not focus on percentages. I swear, if one of you come to me and start doing that percentage thing, I'm gonna say, check the syllabus. So here's the grading scale. 1260 for the A, that's the magic number. 1120 for the B, 980 for the C. And yes, if you get a D or an F, you must retake the course. I do allow withdrawals at any point in time, even after the final. I've had people get the C and say, I don't want the C, I want to withdraw so I can get the A another time. I'm perfectly all right with that. And that's another thing too. I don't take attendance in this class. I do that on purpose because you're adults. And if you don't want to be in class, you don't want to be in class. If you want to be in class, okay. I don't do attendance points. Have you noticed that? It's not up here. I'm not allowed to give you points based on attendance. Now, if I have less than 50% of the class show up, anybody that shows up automatically gets extra credit. So don't let your classmates get the extra credit, please. I know I say that now. When we get to like week 10, there's probably gonna be half the people in here. It happens every semester. Then the people that show up get massive bonuses, so yeah. So anyway, here's the breakdown, everybody. So you will notice that the majority of the 1,400 points is SimNet. That's our lab work. That's that gigantic book I showed you a moment ago. And I'll get into SimNet on Thursday. We're gonna do a lot of the SimNet stuff on Thursday, so do not worry about that at this point in time. Again, this week is all introduction stuff, and then the rest of the course is the content. The other components, you'll notice there are 300 points in the bottom left corner of this chart for exams. So we're gonna have 4 exams. One covering chapters 1 through 4, one covering chapters 5 through 7, one covering chapters 8 through 10, and the last one covering chapters 11 through 13 in that Computing Essentials 2023 book. Those are your 4 exams. The exams are untimed. You get one shot at it, but it's untimed, meaning, yes, I'm going off camera for this. I'm kidding, you can still hear me. So the exams, I get asked this question every semester. So are we doing the exams in class or are we doing them on our own? You're doing them on your own. Number 1. Number 2, there's no time limit, which means you can answer a few questions, leave it, come back, and resume where you left off. Got me? So if you do 5 questions a day for 10 days, you'll finish the 50 questions. You just go out and you come back. You go out, you come back. You go out, you come back. Just don't push the submit button until you've answered all the questions. I do not give people second chances at that because of that rule, because you have all the time in the world. You have all the time in the world to do it. Just please don't be that person at the end of the class that waits to submit all 4 exams the last week of class. Please don't be that person. Please just do them as the class goes on. That's all I ask. Again, no time limit, no due date, no hard due dates. You'll see when I want them turned in, okay? Because I'm going to show you, we're going to go over this today. This is your guide, okay? If you turn stuff in past it, I'm not going to dock you points. But just use this as your guide. That's why I physically hand it to you the first day of class. So it's the best 3 of 4 exams. That means one of the exams you can drop. So if you ace the first 3, what are you going to do with the 4th one? Come on, you know the answer to this? You're gonna drop it. We're just gonna click the button and submit it without answering any questions. Then it'll pop the 0 in and it will drop that grade. And then you'll see all of your 100s. Of course, you're not gonna see that until when?
The end of the due date?
Yeah, right, the end of the class, right? You're not gonna see that until toward the end of the class. So anyway, 300 points for that component, you drop the low score. The final exam cannot be dropped. However, I've had several people get the 1260 before the last day of class. So if you get the 1260, guess what I'm going to ask you to do? You're done. You're done, have a great summer. That's what I'm gonna ask you to do. So if you hit the magic 1260, I've had people still come in just for the heck of it. And they come into the final even though they're like way over 1260. And I'm like, are you in here to do something or what? And you know, then you usually hear laughing and people are in here on the final and, oh, that's right, I can't give you any clues about the final yet. Anyway, you will receive more clues about your final exam later. Oh, exams, really quick, 50 questions, multiple choice. They're all multiple choice. No true, false, no short answer, no essays. It's beautiful. And people have tried to challenge the questions, and every single person has lost those challenges. So do not try to challenge one of the questions. I'm just letting you know that now. Anyhow, of course, I'm always willing to research the question, but still, I still haven't got one challenge has not won yet. So anyway, quizzes, 130 points. You will see what we do with quizzes starting next Tuesday, a week from today. Don't worry about the quizzes. That's all I gotta say. I'm not saying anything more than that.
But you're supposed to worry about it.
If you don't get the 130 points for the quizzes, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be really sad. I'm gonna drive home and cry. All right, I gotta pick my daughter up after this. So I'm gonna cry driving back to the main campus to go pick my daughter up from school. The last component of this, you will see there's 79 points. I will personally give each of you a topic. It's gonna be on a computer, on a historical computer. You will each get a different one. I will send that to your Canvas inbox about midway through the course. This is not an English class. So, English people, if you're actually watching this channel and you're hearing me say this, please plug your ears right now and just do this. You can copy and paste. That's the number one thing I want you to learn in this class. I know one of you has probably heard me say this 3 times. Copy and paste. If you are not a copy and paste master by the time we are done with this, I'm gonna be extremely sad. I'm gonna teach you all kinds of different ways to copy and paste. Okay? I write research papers. Do you think I actually type all of those? No. Now, of course, I cite properly so that my teachers don't get mad about, plagiarism and all that. But I copy and paste pretty much everything. So in this class, the less you type, the better. So I'm going to teach you how to be copy and paste masters. By the way, it's Control-C, Control-V. Control-C, Control-V, Control-C, Control-V. It's not Control-P, that's print. It's Control-V.
Control-V either.
It's V is in Victor, that's paste. All right, so there's your breakdown right there, everybody, of the 1,400 points. The schedule we'll go over in a few minutes. I'm not gonna read this verbatim, so I'm just gonna let you know about a few things in the syllabus. Moving on, here's all the different college policies. Yes, I know who have the DRS requests, so I've got all that stuff and everything, but if you need DRS, there's the information for the office and the phone number. Then there's a bunch of jargon I'm not gonna read. Then there's a financial aid statement. There's also the Title IX statement that we put in there as well. You can read it at your own. And I love our lovely COVID-19 statement, which means that if for any reason, good morning.
Apologies.
It's okay, good morning. Go ahead and take any open computer. MEID and password is your login, not at maricopa.edu, it's just MEID. Anyhow, I have to put this in here as well, so if we ever have to go through another pandemic, it's gonna all switch to online. And yes, I was fully prepared for that. When that happened, I was like, okay, I can teach online. So, yes, like I said before, we have a live Twitch feed, we've got YouTube recorded, I've got all this stuff. So, I've got everything recorded already for summer, because I'm gonna use these videos that we take right here for my summer class. That's the beauty of it. All right, moving on. Our other course policies. Oh, you should just be able to move your mouse around. I tested every computer before everybody came in. Push space bar, just move your mouse around, it should turn on. Okay, attendance requirements. You're not in an online class, but you're here. Again, I don't take attendance, but I will notice if you fall off the face of the planet, and I will contact you. I'm very good at that as well. You're like, hey, are you still coming to class? Are you still here? Of course, if I see you do work in the grade book, I obviously know you're doing work, so I'm not gonna drop you from the class if I see that. I mean, you're here, so I'm definitely not dropping you from the class. All right, here's the rest of this other stuff for course policies. We got anticipated time for instruction. As I said before with withdrawals, if you need one for any reason, I do not, all right, I mean, I do care about you, but I don't care what the reason is. I'll just put it in as personal confidential. I do that with every single student that drops the class. So if you need one for any reason, just let me know, and I'll take care of it. Student conduct, we really haven't had an issue with student conduct in this class ever, but it's in there. Moving on. Academic misconduct. There's honestly only one way to cheat in this class. And that is to use someone else's lab files. And guess who's really good at detecting those types of things? Because I get notifications. And when I start getting notifications, please do not be my next story. That's your goal too, is to not be my next story. So yes, last semester this actually happened where a student decided to try to create the whole SimNet project from scratch. Not use the files that they're supposed to use, they're just doing it from scratch. We'll talk about SimNet on Thursday again. But then it triggers a violation, an integrity violation, which I go and I look at. I'm like, well, that's odd. I'm like, you didn't borrow the file from anybody. I'm like, did you try to create this on your own? They're like, yeah, I tried to create it on my own. I'm like, you can't do that. But so technically that's not cheating. But I have had instances where people borrow files from other people that take this course in other sections. Not only do I know the class that you got it from, I know the student you got it from, I know the instructor, I know all of that stuff. So please, that's the only way you can cheat in this class. Do I know how to get around that? Yes, I've done it. I've done it successfully. Yes, I can copy and paste stuff with the best of them. Told you that's your number one skill, right? Copy and paste. So anyhow.
You just said there's no plagiarism, and you repeat there is.
No, I didn't say I plagiarized. So when we do the individual research projects, you are going to cite where you got the information from, just to let you know. So you can copy and paste, but you will do the citing of where you got the information from. So you give credit to where you got it from. So if you give credit, English teachers should be teaching this. If you give credit and cite your sources, then I have no reason but to say, okay, great. And I will go to your sources. If you give me the link of where you got it from, I will go double check it. Okay? But again, moving on. If I was this strict, I've only had to punish somebody once, all time. And that was I docked them a letter grade because it was obvious. It was like 5 people in this group of people that decided to do this. I called it a scandal. I said, how did you guys do this? So I docked them each a letter grade, and that's the only thing that I did. But I do have the power to do other things as well. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. I'm going to keep going through this. All right. So I've got, in the syllabus, I've got the SimNet assignments all in there and all the values of all the different points. No, I do not have the points memorized. As long as I've been doing this, I do not have all the points memorized. So if you're wondering what something is worth, you can check the syllabus. It is all in here. It is all also in there digitally, which we will talk about again on Thursday. We'll do that on Thursday. So if you need to know how much that's all worth, great. Again, we'll go over that Thursday. So all 4 of those are in there. All right. Here's the important thing. So I handed you each physical schedule. It's all here. It's front and back. It's 2-sided. Yes, I'm going to go over this right now. So today we did class introductions. My 2 people that came in after we did class introductions, don't worry, you can introduce yourself to me at the end of the class, which will be coming up soon. I'm also going to go over the Canvas content, which we will do for the last part of today's class. And I'm going to go over, I've been going over the syllabus. This is actually the last 2 pages in your syllabus for the class. And yes, I always go by the syllabus. I have not had to change anything in a syllabus in a long, long time. So this tells you what we're going to do every single class session. If you lose this, it's online. You can click the syllabus link in your Canvas course, and it's there as well. So, because I used to print all these out. You know how many pages that usually eats up? Right? Like 24 times 11, right?
Or 100.
Right? Like I need like half a ream.
Like have big sheets.
When I was first teaching this class, my boss always said, they do not submit anything electronic, they have to print it. You have to print everything. And I would go home, literally, with like a stack this big of stuff. Yeah, so.
Like middle teacher rules.
Well, when I said we should be doing some of this stuff online, I got yelled at. Anyway, now I've got a live feed and everything else, so it's okay. So you'll notice that this week we're just going over introductions and success strategy. That's all we're doing this week. We're not turning anything in. There's nothing due this week. You're here, so I know you're here, so you don't have to worry about that. It's the people that aren't here that probably should worry. Oh, and if you joined us later, there's going to be another class starting downstairs with 24 students starting in 2 weeks. So parking is going to be at a premium. Oh, speaking of which, security guard wasn't down there, I don't think, earlier. I don't know if they're there now. But if you need a decal for your vehicle, usually you can get those downstairs, or you can go to the north end of the parking structure on the main campus. That's where public safety office is, if you need a sticker for your vehicle, for your window. Otherwise, the security guards will go around and go, hey, they don't have a sticker on their vehicle, and they'll start putting warnings on your vehicle. Not like stickers, they'll just put a card on there. But anyway, moving on. So starting next week, I'm just gonna move to next week. No, I'm not gonna read all this. I just want you to know that our lectures are out of the Computing Essentials 2023 book, and that's where all of your quizzes and exams are gonna come from, is the Computing Essentials 2023 book. The lab work is completely separate. You will not receive any quizzes or exams on the lab work. The lab work is for your learning. The lab work is for, oh, that's right, I didn't tell you. I've conducted training sessions for many, many, many Fortune 500 companies with these programs as well. So I treat those sessions more like a corporate training session, like you're paying me a couple $100 to come in each for every session, and I'm gonna give you all that I can during those sessions. Some people say I give too much information, but I guess that's my goal, is to give, you're paying for the class, right? So I gotta give you your money's worth for this class. I promise I will do that. Okay. So here we go. Next week, you'll notice that each of our Word, you'll notice that we start Microsoft Word next week on the 23rd. We have 4 chapters of Microsoft Word. We'll be going through those each week. You'll notice that through weeks 2, 3, 4, and 5. We do that on Thursdays. You'll also notice that on week 5, your first exam will be available in Canvas. So all of your exams, again, 50 questions, multiple choice. They are not comprehensive exams, meaning the first one's chapters 1 through 4, second one is 5 through 7, third one is 8 through 10, fourth one is 11 through 13. They are not comprehensive, okay? Nodding, that's another thing. On Thursdays, I like nodding. When we go through each step and I go, okay, does everybody have it? Then I get some people that just go like this. And they don't do anything, I'm like, then I go to the row behind them and I'm like, do they have it? And then usually I get people to go, I'm like, okay. So anyway, the first exam will be available. If you see a due date, please note that I would like you to be done with the exams within 9 days after I make them live on Canvas. If you go past the 9 days, that's okay. Once again, it's unlimited time, meaning you can answer questions, leave it. Canvas will remember where you left off. You can go back, yes.
What does Canvas mean?
Canvas, that's the system I asked everybody to log into. So I will talk with you about that after we reset your password, which we'll do right after class. Okay, moving on. I'll show, by the way, I'll show it to you in just a minute. We haven't got to that part of today's session. I'm just going through the schedule. So weeks 6 and 7, we're gonna go over chapters 5 and 6. Once again, we start Excel on February 20th. I noticed that I did get a couple people saying they wanna learn about Excel. We have 5 chapters of Excel. So we spend the most time in our lab sessions learning Excel and what to do with spreadsheets. Yes, we're gonna create charts. Yes, we're going to create pivot tables. Yes, we're going to create pivot charts. Yes, we're going to do a lot of things. The first day that we go through Excel, though, I like to have a few minutes at the beginning of our first Excel session on how to select cells, because people improperly select cells all of the time. Yes, even I do sometimes. So I'm going to show you what to do, how to click, what things mean before we get started with those Excel sessions. But we've got 5 of them. And you will notice that they start on February 20th, then on the 27th, then on March 6th. Then we have spring break. You're not coming to class that week, even though I've had people try to come to class because I have to drive by and see if anything weird is happening. There's always one person in the parking lot, and it's always one of my students. And I'm like, what you doing? They're like, we have class today, don't we? Where is everybody? Spring break. Go relax. Go relax. They're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm just checking to see if anybody showed up. I just decided to go for a drive this morning. That's why I'm in a t-shirt and shorts. So, yes, if anybody ever sees me like that, we don't have class. No, I'm kidding. I won't miss a class. I will teach sick or not, so I will be here. I haven't missed a class in, good Lord, I haven't missed a class in years, many, many years. All right, so after spring break, all right, now let me go back to week 8 really quick. So you'll notice that exam 2 is available on week 8. That's right, I gotta make that go up. There we go. And your individual research projects. So I will send you your computer that you're going to research. All you're going to do for that is 250 words or more. And yes, it better be 250 or more. Somebody tried to turn in 100 last semester. Nope. 250 words or more, a picture of the computer, and where you got your information. Whether it's, if you got it from a whole bunch of different places, put those in. Okay, it's not an English class. This is not CIS105. That's a class I teach also, where we use APA, 7th edition for that. Yes, I am pretty strict in that one. But this class, I will not be strict, I promise. It's not an English class. Right, let's move on. So after spring break, we move on to week 9. So you'll notice that chapters 8, 9, and 10 are in weeks 10, 11, and 12. We finish Excel on March 27th. And this, everybody, is the macros chapter, this Excel project 8-1. Some of you are going to be really upset with me after that session is over, but you'll be very happy with me the next week because we have Access Guided Project 1-2 that'll literally take us about a half hour to complete. So hopefully you'll forgive me once we get to week 12 of our class. Now you will notice that I had to lump 2 projects in here for one class. I had to do that because we lost a week due to spring break. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I'm going to ask you a lot more questions than you're going to ask me. So please be ready. Please be ready for that as we go through the semester. And I will wait until somebody answers. I'm really good at that too. Or I'll just start making weird faces. Anyhow, moving on. So you'll notice exam 3 is available week 12. Then we go on to week 13, which is chapter 11, and Access 2-1. Now, some of you are like, well, why are we skipping 2-1? Is that a typo in week 12? The answer is no, that is not a typo in week 12. Projects 1-2 and 3-2 are traditionally very, very fast chapters, even for people, because by then, how many projects will you have completed in this class? Like 13 projects by that point. So you'll be a pro. You'll be a pro at that point. You'll know exactly what to do. Because I'm going to ask you the same thing at the beginning of every class, whether you know it or not, and just get you into that habit, get you into practice. Practice, practice, practice. That's what Thursdays are for. You're allowed to mess up. It's okay. Because I'll stop and I'll come over to you and go, no, it's this. And remember, you can always ask your neighbor. If you have a question, I would suggest asking your neighbor. If you don't feel like asking your neighbor, then I will stop the session and I will come over and get you back on track. Moving on. Yes, I have the back side of this. I saved paper. So our final 2 Computing Essentials chapters are in weeks 14 and 15. And at that point, I am done lecturing out of the Computing Essentials 2023 books. My last one is April 22nd. Now, again, that 4th exam, you've got to drop one. So if you did great on the first 3 and you don't feel like doing the 4th one, you click the button, take the 0. I mean, if you feel like doing it, great. If you want to. If you want to test yourself, you can do that. But if you don't want to do the work at all at that point, You're just gonna click and it will just give you all the answers. And that's how that works, okay? So see, if you do the work over the course of the semester, I'm gonna reward you at the end. I'm gonna reward you greatly. And if you joined us later, once you hit 1,260 points, you're essentially done with the class. Final or no final. No, I do not require you to be here for the final if you have 1,260 points. You are welcome to take the rest of your summer off, and I will send you a nice personal message congratulating you with your grade. Okay, well, if you're just joining us, I've been doing this for over 20 years, so this is what I do the first day. All right, anyhow, week 16, I'm gonna fast forward to week 16. We're only gonna do lab work. So starting week 15, actually, that's 424, we're gonna just do lab work the rest of the way out until the final. All right, so you'll notice that we do all the projects in class. Now you're probably wondering, well, what do I do outside of class? So our final, in person, it does say that in week 17. So May 6th, I do require that all work be done by May 9th. I used to be able to allow through the weekend. Canvas does not allow me to do that any longer. So I am going to accept work through Friday, May 9th. That is the official end date of all classes, is Friday, May 9th. If you need those few extra days after our final, I will gladly give those to you. And once you get your A, I post your official grades after the final has concluded. Once the final has concluded, that would be 12 o'clock on May 6th. I usually go home and I sit down and I start posting all the A's. So your grades will be posted in a timely manner. All right. Oh, hey, here's Canvas, by the way. Well, I'll show this in just a minute. I'm not done with my presentation yet. All right, please take notes on this one, everybody. I don't care how you take these notes, but please take these notes. In the classroom, on Tuesdays, we are going to cover all of the Computing Essentials 2023 content. So technically, you are not responsible for that outside of class as long as you show up to class. And you will see how these sessions work. On Tuesday, it's a very, very short lecture on Tuesday, just to let you know, it's chapter 1. It's the first chapter in the book, which essentially is an overview of all the other chapters in the book. So next Tuesday, I'm going to spend time doing the lecture. Then once the lecture is over, we will do something else together as a class. I'm not saying anything right now. I actually shut the camera off and turned the feed off for the second thing that we do in this class on Tuesdays. So yes, the live feed will be cut before we do the second thing that we're going to do in class on Tuesdays. Keep in mind, starting next Tuesday, you'll be earning points every single class. Every class. From then on out, you'll be earning points. So if you come to class, you're going to get your points. Anyway, outside of the classrooms, let's talk about that. So you are responsible for the exams. Those are the 4 exams that I talked about. You are also responsible for the individual research project, as I talked about in the schedule. Some people, it takes them 5 minutes to do that research project. It's the easiest 79 points you should ever earn in this class. If you know how to copy and paste midway through the class, you should be done with it in under 5 minutes. Actually, because you can Google it, you can find the information, you can find the picture, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, submit. And you're going to upload it to the assignment on Canvas. The SimNet Sim books, these are the tutorials. I've actually had students allege that I never talked about the Sim books and that they have to do these outside of class. So the Sim books are the tutorials. I will talk more about this on Thursday. We're going to go through this on Thursday. I'm going to show you what you need to do with the Sim books and what you don't need to do, because guess what? There's a lot of you don't need to do in this class. There's a lot. I see students at the main campus just sit there and stare at the computer. And I'm like, and I know it's something worth this many points that they're staring at. So I always go over to people and whisper, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know how many points that's worth? 0. So do I want you doing things that are worth this many points in the class?
Nope.
No, it's 1,400 points. That's a lot of points.
Turning all the work on time.
Right. You have other classes, I think. No, I've not looked at your personal records, even though I could. I don't. So anyhow, if you have other classes and other things to do, I'm going to give you that time to worry about those classes and not as much this one. Do I want you to get a lot out of this class? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will be here every single session. Also, we have little things called lessons in SimNet, which I'll talk about on Thursday as well. Again, I'm going to pick somebody to come up on Thursday. So I'm looking at who I could possibly pick on right now, but I'll think about that over the next 2 days. Anyhow, unless somebody wants to volunteer on Thursday, that would be great, because then I don't have to pick on somebody. But you will be up here doing all the driving, and I will be doing all the pointing at the screen and talking while you do the driving. So that will be better. But that's usually what I do on Thursday of the first week of class. Anyhow, the lessons are really, really short sim books. It's like one task that you have to complete and you're done with it. So you will see those as well. Now you see what I have in parentheses at the bottom of this slide. It does say each sim book should be completed before we work on the project in the class. So your first project in this class, you have this. Your first project is when? What date? January what is your first project?
January 23rd.
Third, correct. January 23rd is your first project. So, the good news is, Thursday, you will be logged into SimNet, and you will have a little time to start your work with the tutorial. So, my advice is, complete the tutorial or the sim books before we do the projects, because when we get to the project, you're going to know everything by that point. You're going to be like, hey, I've seen that. Hey, I've seen that. Hey, I've done that. And then you don't have to worry about the project as much. So now, I get students that go, well, Mr. Rouse, I didn't complete the sim book before the project. Like, that's okay. Just get it done. Like, you just got to get it done. Because those are worth points. And you will see that in the syllabus. They're worth a lot. The sim books are worth a lot of points. I get people at the end of the semester going, well, you didn't say anything about sim books. Now that I have a live feed and I have recorded material, I can point people back to the video, right where I said it. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Isn't technology great? All right. So how do I get an A? I get asked that question a lot too. 1,260 points. I do not care about percentages. I do not care about percentages. It's points. It's points, it's points, it's points, it's points. Always. SimNet is 53% or 54%, I forget which one, of the grade. That means that the people that fail this class, which they do, it's because they don't do what?
Work.
Right, they don't do the SimNet stuff. They do everything else. Now keep in mind, think about this. Your quizzes and your exams, not including the final exam, are 580 of these 1,260 points. That's almost half the points you need for the A. And that's for the quizzes and the exams alone. That's it. The rest of the stuff should get you there. Some people are like, well, do I have to do all the SimNet work? If you have 1,260 points, do I want you to do all the SimNet work? Come on, say it with me. No! If you've got other stuff to worry about that. My goal is for this to be one of your least stressful classes that you take. Because when I took them, it was brutal. My instructors were mad because I got everything done early. All right, Canvas. Let's go to Canvas. So here is our Canvas system, everybody. If you're staring at your screen right now with all the boxes on it, if it looks like this, I'll get there. So if you're staring at the screen that has like boxes on it, yes, I've left the grade already. Yes, it's okay. I'm going to get there. So here's our class, CIS105, 15-183. All right, so I'm just going to show you around Canvas. I'm not going to require that you do anything today. I'm just purely showing you what we do. So I did put an announcement out on. I did send the whole class. You should have something in your inbox from me. Well, you made it here, so obviously you don't have to worry about that announcement because you're here. Okay. Anyhow, I did put a welcome in here. You can read that if you want. The syllabus is here as well. Again, please note the class, you don't have to worry about this, but people, yes, I'm talking to you, the couple people that haven't shown up. Yes, I'll be sending you this video. But the people that did not show up, yes.
You didn't get the welcome from my canvas.
To your inbox? Oh, that's under announcement. That's under announcements.
You gonna know? Okay.
Oh, you gotta go into, yeah, you gotta go into class first. There you go. There's announcements. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. There it is.
All right.
All right, so you can read that if you want. You don't have to read it, that's fine. Syllabus, moving on. So here's the syllabus. If you need it, you don't have to like download it. You can actually just click this and it will show it in your browser like this. And that's how I was showing you the syllabus earlier. If you want to download it, you can. That's great. And here I am. Our first week is all about strategy. I tell you that right here. So that's what we're doing this week. I'm not going to click on grades yet. Actually, let's go back here. Yes, before I continue. So our live stream is at twitch.tv/PCCIT. No username or password are required to view the live streams. The live streams are recorded since we don't have 50 followers yet. We're getting there. We're almost there. We have 7 days. It stays on there for 7 days. However, I do have the YouTube channel where it is recorded and kept infinitely until I decide to get rid of the channel. So anyway, our classes are going to be live streamed every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't worry, your faces are not going to be shown. No, I do not call you by name. I just say if you have a question, I'll just go, and then you will go ahead and ask your question. So yes, I do that as well. 7 days right now is how long Twitch lasts. However, oh, sorry, you need me to go back? I can go back.
Thank you.
Gotta wait for the honeycomb to reassemble. There we go. Okay, all right. Now, the YouTube channel. Thousands of views last semester. I don't know how we got that many views, but youtube.com, that's at Nick Rouse PCCIT. That's our channel. This should all be in your Getting Started module in Canvas. It's all in your Getting Started module, so you don't have to memorize this stuff. You can go to your Getting Started module, which I'll show you in a second. Content, I usually upload the content, like before I leave this physical room, I'm uploading the content already before I actually leave this physical classroom. So if in the event that I have to do it, I will try to do it the next morning or the next day, but it should be within 24 hours. All right. Here's how to monitor your grade. So, all of you have a grades link on the left-hand side of Canvas. You can click it if you want, because I don't think you have any points yet. There are 2 numbers in the upper right corner of the screenshot. I've circled those 2 numbers. Yes, I will gravitate between the 2 sides of the room. I'm pretty good at that. You'll notice 2 numbers. The only number that you need to care about is the first one. The second one is how much you've attempted. That doesn't matter. This is the one that matters. So if you do not see 1,260 for that number, you are not finished with the class. I always get asked that question too. How do I know when I'm done with the class? 1,260. But Nick, I'm at 12:59. Are you really gonna make me come in for the final? Probably not. I won't make you come in to answer one question. But I mean, I've had some people that are like, I'm gonna show up anyway. I'm like, okay, great. I've had people over 1,400 points show up anyway. Yes, it's possible. Oh yeah, I offer extra credit every single chapter. And I have to state this very clearly for you all. It is all or nothing. If you don't get them all right, you don't get the extra credit. If you get them all right, you get the extra credit. And I do throw some tricks into the extra credit, meaning I talk about something in the class that's not in any of your materials. I hope you're paying attention. And I do true and false on those ones too. because it's extra credit. Now, sometimes you'll have to go research something for extra credit for the chapter. So I don't do all quizzes for the extra credits. I do on several of them. So just be sure if you're listening, great, you're gonna ace it. My advice too is if you want to do the extra credit while I'm talking, you can do the extra credit while I'm talking. Then you can answer all of your questions. Nope, I want to go back to Canvas. All right, continuing on. I'm not going to click on grades because all of your names show up, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to go to modules. Dang, we're almost done with class. Okay. Whew. All right, I'll be done here in a moment. Okay, so here's your getting started module. My advice is please just read through some of this stuff. That's all I'm asking. Now, I did record a SimNet success strategies video. I'm probably gonna can this because, well, we're doing the session tomorrow, right? And it's gonna be on YouTube anyway. So that's the one I'm gonna want you to watch instead of this one, because I think this one points to, oh, this one does go to the YouTube. This one does go to the YouTube channel. Ah, okay, this is the one I did last semester. Okay, great. All right, so anyway, that was last semester. So here's the link to the Twitch channel, here's the link to the YouTube channel. No, you're not gonna see that information. But that's all in your getting started module. And then you'll notice that each one of the, so what I'm gonna do this semester, these used to be my old recorded lectures. I went ahead and started replacing them with the ones I did last semester for the recorded lectures. So you will see those in each chapter. Notes, these are older notes. They still, they can still be used if you need to like read something. It's there. The presentation slides, these are I think these are the canned presentation slides. They are there. Here's the extra credit activities. So every chapter and every module is gonna have an extra credit activity associated with that content for each chapter. So like I said, if you're one of those people that wanna do the extra credit while I'm talking, that's entirely up to you. You're welcome to do that because all the questions and the extra credit activities come from the lecture. So if you're one of those people that want to do that and want to go for it, so you don't have to do it later, you're welcome to do that. I'm only saying this one time. I'm not going to say it anymore after today. So if you want to get the extra credit, it's 5 points per chapter. I think I've got 10 in one of them, and that's one of the ones you're going to have to go like do some research on. But I think I offer about 70 points total extra credit. If you earn them, great. If you don't, and you miss one question, sorry, I got to give you the 0. Because it is extra credit. It's not, it's above and beyond. So you don't have to do the extra credit if you don't want to. That's another question I get asked quite a bit. It's entirely up to you. It is not required. Quizzes, we'll talk about those more on Tuesday. Notice this hasn't unlocked yet. It's not going to unlock until January 21st. So each chapter will unlock. Yes, the Monday of the week that you're in here. I made sure that will happen so that you don't have everything open all at one time. Now, all your lab work is open. That is open for the entire semester. You can go as fast or as slow as you want through that. I prefer that you stick to the schedule. Okay, I'm done with that. Oh, and if I start rambling, I need, like I just did, I need people either to give me a dirty look or some signal to like stop rambling. That's the other thing. That's my biggest thing in this class is I start getting off the rails and I've got to stay on it. All right, anyhow, we will go over this link on Thursday. Do not click the McGraw-Hill link yet. Let's do that on Thursday. Don't touch it. Again, if you want to go review anything in the Getting Started module, you are welcome to do that. Here are my final notes, everybody. So if you need a Phoenix College ID, it's the Hanley Center. Go up there, just ask somebody and say, hey, I need an ID. Yes, I have children in the system. I have to walk them through all this stuff too and actually take them to go do things. So yes, you can get one up there. 105 tutors. So business has always had MedHat. MedHat's been the tutor forever in the business building up on the 3rd floor. And also there are tutors in the Computing Commons. I've had very, 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 very few students over the course of my tenure that have ever needed a tutor because of the way I've set the course up. So if you do need one, please go contact them. They can help you out. If you have issues logging in, don't worry, we'll do this right after I'm done. Tools.maricopa.edu from any browser. You can reset your password if you need to. It will help those that need that. And everybody, oh yeah, so we are finished. For those of you, oh, and here's another thing. Do not power down these computers. Please sign out of them. Because if you power it down and IT is doing remote updates, it's not gonna update. So here's how you do it, everybody. We're finished, by the way. You can start packing up and getting ready to go. But, oh yeah, people online, that's right. Well, hold on, I'll show everybody what to do in here. People online, you are awesome. We will see you on Thursday.